This lesson is on drawing linear functions from forms other than slope-intercept form. This first form is called standard form, ax plus by equals c. And in this case, a, b, and c cannot be fractions or decimals. When you're drawing a graph in standard form, what you have to do is we're going to isolate y to get slope-intercept form, and then we're going to draw the graph just like we graphed lines in slope-intercept form. A second form is called point-slope form. Point-slope form, based on the name, is going to give you a point and the slope. So point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. In this case, the slope is still m. So in all these, the slope is always represented by m. And the point is going to be my y1 or x1, x1, comma, y1. So you're going to use these second x values and y values to give you the point. And it's always going to be the opposite of what it says in the equation, since it's y minus y1 and x minus x1. Draw the graph of this function. So this is in standard form, so I have to isolate the y. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. X minus x cancels out, so I'm left with 4y equals, I'm going to put the negative x first to keep it in slope-intercept form. Then I'm going to divide every term by 4, so I'm left with y equals negative 1/4 x minus 3. Now I know my slope is negative 1/4, and my b value, or my y-intercept, is negative 3. So now I'm going to begin my graph at negative 3. And since my slope is negative 1/4, that means it's negative 1 over positive 4, or positive 1 over negative 4. So I could go down 1, 4 to the right. Down 1, 4 to the right. And I can't fit any more points that way, so now I'm going to go the opposite way. Up 1, 4 to the left. Up 1, 4 to the left. Draw my line through the points. Put arrows at the end and label it. So this is, I'm going to label it with the original x plus 4y equals negative 12. Draw this function. Still in standard form, so I'm going to isolate the y, subtract x on both sides. Negative 3y equals negative x plus 3. Divide all terms by negative 3, so I'm left with y equals 1/3 x minus 1. My slope is 1/3, or negative 1 over negative 3, and my y-intercept is negative 1. So I'm going to begin my graph at negative 1 on the y-axis. Then I could go up 1, 3 to the right. Up 1, 3 to the right. Up 1, 3 to the right. Now to go the opposite way, I could go down 1, 3 to the left. Down 1, 3 to the left. Down 1, 3 to the left. Draw my line through the points. Remember to go through your graph, put arrows at the end, and label it with the original x minus 3y equals 3. Draw the graph of this function. Now this is in point-slope form, so I don't have to isolate the y. If you'd like to turn it to slope-intercept form, you can, but I can make it easier. I can determine what my point is. My point, the x value is going to be the opposite of this x plus 3. So that's going to be a negative 3. The y value is the opposite of this y minus 2, which is a positive 2. And then my slope is the number in front of the parentheses with the x's, so that's negative 3. So I can make that negative 3 over positive 1, or positive 3 over negative 1. Now I'm going to begin at my point. So that's negative 3, 2. And then I'm just going to use my slope and move from this point because the slope is the same from each point. So I could go down 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right, down 3, 1 to the right, down 3, 1 to the right, down 3, 1 to the right. Now I could go the opposite way, up 3, 1 to the left, up 3, 1 to the left, and I cannot fit anymore. Now I draw my straight line through these points, go through the graph, put arrows at the end, and label with the original. Y minus 2 equals negative 3 times x plus 3. Draw the graph of this function. Again in point slope form. So I'm going to determine what my point is. Since it's x plus 1, I'm going to have a negative 1. Y minus 5, my point is going to have a positive 5. My slope is 4 over 3, or negative 4 over negative 3. So now I can begin at my point, negative 1, 5. Then I can go up 4, 3 to the right. I can't fit anymore, so now I could go down 4, 3 to the left, and then continue that along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Then I can connect my points with my straight line through the graph, draw arrows, and label. Y minus 5 equals 4 thirds, x plus 1.